maybe about 35 tons. Now I've watched the movies, you know, like Master and Commander, you know, so this went up against a boat like that, and well, come to find out, they were all about the same size. The Queen Charlotte was 300 tons, the Detroit was 270. Well, the other two were 300 and 270 tons. She was armed with 20 cannons, 2 24-pound long guns in the bow, and 18 carronades, 9 on each side. The long guns had a range at best of a mile, made an effective range of about half a mile, and the carron, we could still take people out onto her. Here's this one thing I say, and there was one of the crew was on board, and she heard me say it, and she didn't understand what it meant. But you know why they refer to boats as she?
Why?
Yeah. No, there's always a bunch of them Iron Men hanging around. And she looked at me and said, I don't get it, you know.
Can't explain it.
Yeah. Okay. Why the class of frigates called a fast
Look at that, baby.
Well, the landed blind one-eyed man is king.
Yeah, Terry was in the Navy, so.
He was a Navy guy.
Yes, he was.
So, okay, we'll go on forward.
Okay,
Please be very careful when you're going up the ladder, the gangway. Please hold on to the railing.
Okay.
There's lots of booby traps on board too.
Booby traps. Go watch my movies. Okay. Whoop. Wow. Wow. Wow, this is amazing.
That's really weird. Because up here, it's all dimensional. Like it's all pond and shit. Like yeah, I saw that. It's here too. And so it transitions. It's this dark.
Really
Okay,
cool.
this is the main deck or the gun deck. These large ports are for the guns and the smaller ones for the sweeps. Up forward, there is a bell. They do use it mainly to communicate like during fog or at night. I think it's a regulation that you have to ring a bell or sound a horn every so often so other people know where you're at.
Yeah.
And anybody know what the nautical term for a bathroom is?
The head?
Okay. That's because they went to the bathroom off the head of the ship because you always wanted the wind at your back. And they would get water from the side of the ship, and at any one time a third of the crew was sick. They called it lake fever, but it was probably dysentery.
Wow.
They did have a galley on board with a wood burning stove, and the fare was meager at best. It was whatever they could catch, you know, fish. They, you know, stopped somewhere and found, you know, shoot a deer. So.
Wow.
But it wasn't a great cuisine.
Pretty amazing. Sorry, sir.
Okay, you see these iron rings here?
Okay.
That's for the anchor line. Now back.
Yeah. I want to get there one way. Okay.
Okay, this is where the main mast would be. Now, this is the bigger mast, 118 feet high. The Niagara is classified as a snowboard because on the aft side of the mast there's a smaller mast, and that's attached to the boom that holds the spinnaker, the back sail. So instead of having to turn something on a circumference like this, you only have to do it made like that. So it's easier to move the boom.
Still
Wow.
Still
Amazing.
Now here we see where the captain. Now, this is my second year of volunteering here. And last September when they were downrigging it, they were bringing one of the yards down.
That's soft.
And there were 4 crew members on the capstan bringing it down. And I think 2 of them were female. It's a co-ed crew.
Yeah.
And then now right below us is the wardroom, and when we were down there, it was turning. So it was kind of cool to see it turn. Now it took them 4 days to get the fleet out. The ships were actually built down further in the bay because the British were making patrols by here. But at the channel, which is off that way.
Okay.
It's like in the submarine I was on. I was an engineer, so I was always facing back.
Oh, wow.
So if somebody asked me where something was, I think at least once I turned around and said, oh yeah, it's over there. There was a channel and it only had 6 feet of water. Now the Niagara draft's about 10 feet. So what they did, they took off everything they could, and then they would take the anchor out, drop it, pull the ship forward, raise the anchor, put it in the boat, take it out and row. It took them 4 days to get the fleet out. And they happened to, I don't know if in Providence or what, but the British Barclays fleet was in Canada. And like I said, they were making patrols by one time the Ariel chased off Queen Charlotte, which amazes me because the Queen Charlotte out quickly to put in a wheel when the rudder on top of or on the bottom of a big stick works. This is fine. And it usually takes 2 people to haul to move the tiller.
Yeah. Wow.
Now this arch here, that wasn't on the original Niagara. That's the bridge. That's where the captain hangs out. Now this is Niagara 1820s, she was fellowed out on Prestal. She was raised for the centennial celebration in 1913. Scuttled again. Raised in 1939, I think. And she was on a static display across the street. And she wasn't fully rigged out until the 60s. And then they built the might be your own instead of somebody else's.
Yeah.
And then it would offer some protection from the cannon, from when you're in battle. But yeah, probably about that much. Probably 32 pound ball is going to go through several layers of canvas like it is there.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
Okay. This is the berthing deck.
We're downstairs now.
This is where the men would sleep and spend their off watch time. You didn't want to be up on deck without something to do. I wanted the mates might find something for you to do. So, how many people do you think are on board the day of the battle? 100? 155. Oh! Well, each cannon had an optimum crew of 7, so there's 140 right there. Wow. So could you imagine being down here with 60 of your closest friends?
Very close friends.
One time I was down here with 21 people, and it was getting crowded. Now you see these are sea bags.
Sea bags?
Now this is the boardwalk. These numbers are called billet numbers. That's like your designation on board. So if you had like a muster, you could go by number instead of by names. So the port would be numbers. Well, one of them is odd and even numbers. Now, also, the numbers refer to where you hung your bunk. Well, where you hung your bunk today.
Yeah.
These numbers, this is at 8. That means a person would bill at 10. Hangs the head of his hammock here. And then down there, there would be a 10 L. And this is a real art form.
Wow.
And when they're out on cruises, they do super. Now, in the sea bag, that would be.
They really cook it then?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a review, a safety review by the captain, and he said that they do. Some nights they'll anchor somewhere, spend the night, so they do cooking here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't cook like that.
Good for your vessel.
Well, you learn.
Yeah, you adapt and overcome.
So,
You
if you want to go back,
Okay.
Oh, which way you go?
Oh.
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
come over on this side with that. Oh, you're okay.
Right here, downstairs.
Okay, come. My goddamn head hurts. Gotta be really careful here.
Well, there's 3 things that are in short supply on a warship. That's space, privacy, and convenience. Now, does anybody know what the cadets at the Naval Academy are referred to?
Oh.
Okay, they're not officers yet, but they're not enlisted. So, on board the Niagara, ships like the Niagara, their quarters would be in the mid of the ship. So the midshipmen. So we're trying to go to mate here, but I told you that this is Niagara 4.0.
Yeah.
Okay, this is classified as a reconstruction, not a replica, because there's wood from the original Niagara on board.
Wow.
Some of the slats in here are from the original Niagara, so they can classify it as a reconstruction and not a replica. Now, this is where the officers would hang out, where they would eat, plan the day's activities, relax, play cards, and that.
That's that prism right there where the light would come from the top bunk thing from that bottom one. That's really cool. Awesome. Now I gotta get up here. There's some seagulls right there. A flock of them. And they ran so far away. Cool. That was really neat.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I saw.
Like you're trying to maneuver the ship, and you're pulling on all these lines, and people are shooting at you, and you're shooting back. You know.
Wow. This is really neat.
Now when we go in.
Okay. Look at that sail. Like I was telling you, talk about the Brig Niagara making money. They say how can it be a tourist attraction when it's always shipping around. So they got to make their money some way. I was saying, like, you saw that video of me inside the Brig Niagara. I said they had a swear jar for everyone. Every time someone wrapped their head and said a curse word, they make their money back real quick.